where there is no listener nor speaker. How can we understand each other? From the alpha to the omega, nobody missed any alphabet. The sun cannot rise by itself. Our body cannot distinguish that is the sun or moon or whatever it is. But in the meantime, what have we missed is the point of the question. I mean, the very core of questioner's mind. If someone asks us, where is the sun rising from? And where is the moon set to? Immediately we are drawing pictures of the sun and moon. In the meantime, we lost the real sun, real moon. That is the reason Zen Master is saying, where there is no sun nor moon, jade rabbit rises in the east, and golden crow quack quack sets in the west. What do you think is the point of this dialogue, these words? Even though we say we missed, still we are saying we missed. Still we missed it. When we are saying we missed it again. Oh, I didn't miss at all. You missed it. In that point, our language has some limit. Our sense has limit. Our feeling, thought, impulse, consciousness have limits. Even though the bell is here, why do you say bell, this bell? Actually, we missed the original bell already. And now, if you try to explain what is bell, hitting and the shaking and doing so many ways, that is not it. The arrow passed by this old town many eons ago. Some people are still digging out everywhere to find out the arrow. It's not good. Why is it happen? This is a good question, right? Yeah. It's happening all the time. But if you get some clear point, everything's becoming okay at once. Even you don't need effort to turn inside out of your every words and taste and feeling and thought and movement and stillness at all. That's what we are here. We are eating breakfast and lunch, and some people had a dinner, or I had a lot of dinner. I'm very full today still. Yeah. It's up to you. Through every single different being's karma, the truth is fully exposed there. So you will be confused again. Oh, it is truthful life or confused life? Right? Look at this. A student came to the Master Jojo. And the student said, Maestro, I just came into the monastery. Please teach me. Jojo said, have you ever eaten morning soup? He said, yes, I had. Go and wash your bowl. At the time, the student got full enlightenment. Now, we can focus more at the point, to the point. Why did the master answer on that way, and how come the student got enlightenment through this kind of dialogue, conversation, right? And furthermore, we have some more things to talk. But first of all, why do you think Master Jojo replied on that way for the student? Please teach me. Give me some instruction. Have you eaten breakfast yet? Yes, I did. Why don't you wash your bowl? Go and wash your bowl. We can just collect some idea to solve, and this problem means to catch our master's mind. We can bring our own experience. Okay, maybe when the student asked the master, I came into this monastery very first time. That was yesterday's happening. He came last night, late night, he came. He just brought out on purpose, brought it out. And in the meantime, maybe he lost the point, what he's talking about, right? If he didn't get any sense what is he talking about, maybe when he came to the monastery, he didn't know that his monastery really 100% he got into the monastery or not, right? And it's the same situation when we started driving to be here, and staying here and listening here, and after that class, after this class, we are leaving home. It's continuation. Tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, last breathing and next life continues going on that way. But if we catch the point, why did the master say like that? You know, all affairs that you tried hard to catch some enlightenment, some truthful life, something real love, that kind of points are totally, exposing its own truth. It's like when you pull out one hair. I don't have enough hair, but one hair, whole of your body is following. Ouch, ouch, stop it. Right? Yeah. Small affair, small word, small sense feeling. Continuously we are missing every single sparkle moment. If you catch the master's mind, why did he say so? You will see how could the guy got enlightenment at the time. So we can say, oh, wait a minute, it's already gone. That's what he say. He said, have you eaten breakfast, morning soup yet? What does it mean? If he lost many chances. Of course, we can say, oh, Master Jojo's idea also indicating just before, not just far away, just before, 10 minutes or 1 hour, when he was eating breakfast. Have you eaten breakfast yet? Yes, I have. And he said, go and wash your bowl. Oh, we can say, oh, that is teaching, instruction. How could he stay in the monastery? And what is special in this conversation then? Right? Yeah. If you lost the point, we are losing whole point of life and death and universe, or many different dimension universe, and inside the universe many different beings and their territories, their five skandhas, six senses. We are losing everything. Yeah. But you don't have to worry about that. If you really understand the losing itself, everything is turning around too. That's what we started. Our body and mind cannot talk, cannot listen by itself. But you don't have to lose your point. When I'm saying your body cannot listen, my body cannot talk. Whatever you have cannot listen by itself and cannot talk by itself, by side. And then what is listening and talking? When you check out very carefully, now you can understand you never had any mistake from the beginning. That is the reason the sound of air conditioning still runs from the beginning of this class until now. This is called dust by dust samadhi. Every single dust, even you say non-dust, also that is dust. If you bring huge, big ideas, small senses, small feeling, every single sparkle, like a single mustard seed every single time, expose the kingdom of God. That's what it means. That's what Jesus, again, he pointed a coin when a guy asked him, how should you pay tax to the God? I don't think a quite different situation from the student asked the Master Jojo. I came into this monastery, please teach me. Should I pay tax to God or not? And Jesus, he has to bring the coin and so on. The student, he ate breakfast by himself, and now he came into the monastery by himself. Now he asked a question by himself. What did he miss? Master said, go and wash the bowl. At the time the student got fully enlightened. If we didn't miss at all, if we didn't miss who is listening at this very moment, you will not miss who is talking at this very moment. So you should catch out the master's mind in the coin. But still, questioner and answerer are dancing, and it's hard to catch master's mind. In the meantime, while you are trying to catch master's mind, now you will not attach anything. Just you are concentrating on the dialogue. Right? Sunim, that is ancient time. Some small dialogue. But why we are talking here today, tonight, this moment, right? It is not different situation in the dialogue too. The student, he is brought out past affairs, right? And also when we see ourselves all around, continuously we are bringing past experience, memory, knowledge, continuously bring it out. Turn by turn, one by one, continuously. Continuously missing the point, right? And we say, this is a meditation. And this gotta be enlightenment. Continuously going on. Not concerned with Master George's mind. And now, when you really try to catch Master's mind, all affairs, all effort that you have been trying to catch it, exposes its own truth. That's what we can say. Woodman singing, stone girl dancing. You cannot talk, you cannot hear, I cannot talk, I cannot hear. But we never missed at all. How could you express it? Just closest expression is woodman singing, stone girl dancing. Now you should catch the point again, huh? Right. But I think it's okay when we are touching something continuously, we can guess. Like a blind touching the elephant. Oh, this is gotta be elephant. Who knows? Right? Okay. Well, while I was driving here, some people are rowing. Do you say rowing? The boat? Row, 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 rowing. And one boat standing confirmed. Yeah. I put it Facebook too. Stopping, not going anywhere. Other boats just moving. Our ideas, oh, that is stopped, not moving at all. And the other boats are moving. But actually, the boat is moving, even though it is very still. It is stopped up there. Never moved there, but it's moving. Because what? It is speed 0 kilometer an hour. 0 kilometer moving. Yeah. And if we little bit moving 1 kilometer, 10 kilometer, we can count it continuously. Why is it happening? How can you really stop the boat then? And then you should now kill me. I'm sorry, killing is not a good word, right? You should stop my idea on it. That's the only way you can do it. Yeah. Right? Why? Because I brought out, I put the trap by myself, like numbers and mathematical functions to you, like entropy 0. Entropy 0, we didn't have any problem actually before I asked it, right? Well, when you set up entropy 0 in physics, right? Yeah, below the 273 degrees and absolute temperature, entropy 0, the randomness of whole universe. Do you think entropy 0 is still really existing? I don't think so, because entropy 0 itself is already committed to so many things, right? Yeah, yeah. Look at this. Everything like that. Even though Bear is here, we are saying Bear again. It is okay. Even though I am here, I am saying I am here. Everyone knows that you are there. But why do you say I? Why did Jesus say, I am the truth, I am the way, I am the life? We can catch out why did he say so, right? Yeah. And this point, all points, Master George's point, the boat people and our daily life, and even life and death, all are going back to one clear point. Yeah. This is called turning point. It's one of English terms, right? Turning point, total turning. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So some friends brought the answer for the question, how could you really stop the boat? One friend from Switzerland, he said, pull, pull, pull. I think good idea to stop. I understand why did he say so. Yeah. Some another friend say, slowly, slowly, yeah, and get off the boat. Many ideas. I understand, I respect. Something that we can bring out for the very fundamental event. I really appreciate it. I have been really appreciated when someone asked those kind of fundamental questions to me in my whole life. Right? Yeah. Someone comes, just stupid question. Why watermelon is so red inside? Why sky is blue? Kids are asking. Don't ask me again. I'm busy. That's good answer too. But in some reason, it's very hard to answer for the kids because they are asking very normal things, not very, just a fundamental essence of beginning. Yeah. Sometimes in deep meditation, we have our own question. Like many students in the Quran, yeah, asking the question. I asked many questions to my master. And what is wonderful, what is happiness and joy was, he answered it very clearly in the living word. Something you can re-examine 24/7, whole of your life. So for the boat people, I said, ring the naval, N-A-V-A-L, naval bell 3 times. That's why I brought up for the question by myself. Because I asked, I should finish my job. Naval bell. The memory of this is the Navy people, right? And ring the bell to buy the drink. Maybe at the dog house, a dog bar. It's great when we drink. Just a free drink, huh? It's nice. And you can go back to the Quran also. When master he visited deep mountain to find out next patriarch, even though he had 1,500 students, nobody could understand what was he talking about. Yeah. So he should find out him by himself, and he just followed his own blast and got into the deep mountain. And the very old man who was sitting on the rock, he said, "Oh, you came here to transmit your Dharma to me." Yeah. Already he knew it. So the master, the 4th patriarch, he said, "Give me a word, not any other thing. Yeah. Show me your financial situation, show me your house deed." He never asked any other things, but he said, "Give me a word, living word, right? Not just a dead word, living word. Give me a word. Listen, he said, mouse ate cat's food. What is a mouse and what is cat's food? Why did he say so? This is exactly the point that we've been continuously talking until this moment. Mouse ate cat's food. The sun cannot rise in the east, but golden crow sets in the west. Mouse ate cat's food. And master wanted to make sure if this guy is true one or not. One more. He said, the bowl was broken. The bowl was broken. So we can find out what is the point of this dialogue. Just simply talking, simply understanding, simply ask one more word and simply brought one more word. And the fourth patriarch understood it. You are the right person that I've been looking for till now. And there are more stories. And finally, the old man, he changed his body. It means that he was born again as a baby, and he went to the fourth patriarch and he became a fifth patriarch. But that was a little bit maiden story, looks like, right? Because in the Bible, even Jesus said, born anew, born anew. Born as new baby, fresh baby. So the person asked, when you say born anew, how can I, this old man, born anew in front of you? What did he say?
He said, but should I climb back into my mother's womb and be born again?
That's a good joke. That's a good point, right? He brought in possible affairs to do that. Yeah. And what did Jesus say again?
After that, I think he said, what's born of the flesh is flesh, what's born of spirit is spirit. It must be born of the water and the spirit.
All right. That really makes sense. If you understand where is this coming from, and where is the wind is blowing, and where is the breath coming from, and where is any concept and language forms, feelings coming from, you can start as a new baby, newborn baby. Because old man like me already knows too much. All we can say is all the story continues. We cannot say the very one that we are talking and listening perfectly. I don't think a different point. That's what we don't understand. What are we talking? What are we listening? And what are we memorizing? And what are we doing? Long time ago, I just wanted to my real spectrum, total spectrum, even I can feel small one, but I limited myself. When I talk, I limited my talking, and all other affairs also. So I just try to understand whatever I feel and talk and hear and do. Try to understand the total spectrum, not just limited, right? Yeah. But still, the starting point was there was total truth, never left from me. And I never left the total truth. Front, back, middle, top, bottom, inside, outside. It never left. And now I'm trying to feel with my hand, the total truth. And I wanted to feel my total body with the touch of my body. It has never separated. And the talking also. I didn't want to talk with my mouth. Even though I'm talking with my mouth talking also, I wanted to catch whole thing. Breathing also. Even though I'm breathing myself, without the separation, I wanted to breathe with the whole truth. Front, back, middle. Right? And I wanted to meditate koan with it. What is Buddha? Not just what is like that. What is Buddha? With the total body. And I brought out myself 3 pounds of flax. This is total me. So I felt good. Because before, I thought myself with this much, 160 pounds, small guy, but I really could feel the huge person. Yeah. Never have been separated from any other things. Whatever expressed, it's just expression of whole truth. But gradually, even though I can feel it, even try to when I was driving, also, before my car was this much and I'm here this much. But when you practice on that way, your whole truthful body never moves, but you are driving everywhere. Even though you are taking a rocket to the other, universe, still you are not going anywhere, but you are successfully coming and going. But one moment I have thought, what is continuously, and I couldn't be free from this kind of cage. And I found out what is the reason why I'm doing continuous this way without catching clear master's mind yet. That was because when I started, already I set up total truth, huge whole truth. And then I just set up myself in there, and I just put some process, relationship with it here, and now I started the koan. Right? So it means, even though many practitioners are saying, oh, when I meditate, it's so peaceful and whatever they described, it's absolutely nothing with the word, living word, koan. So again, I really would appreciate is Master saying, when you practice koan, you don't have to bring any other ideas on. And then you will understand finally why did the Master say like that. That's what we miss continuously. What I mean is, even though if you never have been focusing and concentrating even in that point, hardly, maybe you would be very hard to understand what we are talking, right? Yeah, but you know, even though you have experience of full emptiness or total truth or full truth, full enlightenment, still it is your case, the process. Not like other pictures consciously you held it, you threw it away, you held it, lose it consciously. It's still process. But how could you really understand the very truth without separating from you? Right? How could you really stop the boat even though the boat is not moving? It is still 0 kilometer per hour, an hour. How could you stop even that kind of thing? In that point again, if someone asks a good question, you should give 3 bows to the direction where he is staying. Yeah. Because it's awakening us. It's awakening us. Then all you need is, when someone asks the very fundamental question, try to bring your own answer on it. Right? Sometimes, even though you brought many answers, you don't understand, is it a good answer or a correct answer or not? Now you need a teacher. You need a real teacher. Yeah. You need a real friend who can introduce you. This is a correct one. This is not. Yeah. This is the way to drive in New York. This is California. This is South Dakota or somewhere. Different direction you are driving. Please come to the drive to the old town. We are just asking about, right? Yeah. I think this is the benefit of all practitioners who had experience of many different versions of their meditation or prayer, or even meditation on the Logos also, right? Because when I saw all other religious scriptures, they are really focusing on the living word. Yeah. Now when we are here together, our background is Christianity and Buddhist or Taoist. It is really not matter. It's like it is not really not matter. We don't matter about how many empty space have you had experience or not. Then it is totally just try to catch this master's mind, and when you focus on the Quran, don't bring any ideas from outside. Even though you are not bringing any ideas from outside, the answer is perfectly there, and even though you catch it perfectly, now you need to check it out. Yeah. If not, who knows, many lives also going away quickly. A student, he had his master, and he asked one question: Master, in Heart Sutra, it says no eyes, no tongue, no body, no mind. Why did he say like that? I have mind, my mouth, my ear, my nose, my tongue. Why is this sutra saying like that? And master, he couldn't answer him. So he sent him to the other master, patriarchal master. Why don't you go and practice? I cannot handle you. When you have good student, excellent student, sometimes you cannot handle it very much. And he practiced many years, about 10 years, and he came back. Yeah. When he came back to the master, one day he washed his master's body. In Asian tradition, students are washing the master's bag, at the bath. Yeah. So when he was washing his master's bag, he just slapped on the bag and said, "The Dharma hall is great. Dharma hall body, the Dharma hall is great, but I cannot see any Buddha in there." It's like Dharma hall here, small Buddha here there, right? I cannot see any. And master surprising. "What did you say?" And student said, "Even though I couldn't see the Buddha, the Dharma talk is still going on. Dharma talk is still going on." He said like that. Yeah. At the time, the master, he understood this student got the point. What really Buddha wanted to tell us? What really the point of a Heart Sutra? And what is really the point of this one? And the listening, talking, 24/7. Yeah. And he asked all students coming together, and he put his student on the chair, and he gave 3 bows. What is this talking about? When I was staying mountain, one student asked, "Even though I've been practicing so hard, I really couldn't get it. What are you talking about?" And I asked him, "Why don't you hold this tea table stronger, stronger, stronger?" There was purpose. And they ask a simple question. What is the holding stronger, stronger, stronger? Yeah. He couldn't get it. He did it by himself. Like the person who read the coin, and it was portrait of Caesar, and he was talking by himself. It is portrait of Caesar. He couldn't really get it. Even though here, when we are listening, ourselves are very careful when we watch out. If you can really think it is listening and talking and listening clearly, that's all we need. Yeah. And he couldn't get it. And after that, he practiced so hard. Whenever he was talking and touching and walking, he never left the situation to catch out the eternal truth. And then one day he sat in the middle of the room when nobody was up there. He just raised up his hand. And I asked him, at the time, what did you think about your behavior? He said, I just said myself, I am raising my hand. I am raising my hand. That's all he said. I am raising my hand, he said by himself. Right? I am feasting by myself. I am feasting. At the time, everything was finished. Yeah. And it was perfect exchange also. When he asked the question, Even though I tried hard, I couldn't catch it. He didn't know that. What did he catch? Now, when he did it by himself, I am raising my hand. And I am feasting myself. See? Who can care? But he cared it. He got it. So I wanted to make sure this guy just got the whole truth but don't know how to use it, but he was perfect because he never even denied what did he ask and what did I answer to him. And what he had been re-examined and what he found from the beginning before the re-examination and after the re-examination, before the questioning and after question. Student asked Master Jojo, I heard many times about Stonebridge in Jojo. In Jojo is the name of a town also. Well, if you stay here longer, your name could be a Master Old Town, like that, and Master Jojo. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe your student name is Torpedo Factory Master, or King Street Master, also good. Student came to the Master Jojo. His question was really testing Jojo. I heard, and Jojo town there was, like a Masonic temple up there, right, at the hill. Stone bridge was so famous at the time. Ancient time it's hard to, build a stone bridge, right? Yeah. And a student said, I heard many times about Stonebridge in Jojo. But when I'm here in Jojo, I never can see Stonebridge, just a logo bridge. He said like that. And Master, he was not easy person. He said, you just saw the log bridge, but you never saw the stone bridge. It's like give God to the gods. Give to the Caesar. What is the Caesar's? You just saw the log bridge. You never saw the stone bridge. It's obvious. And student asked again, what is stone bridge then? Show me the stone bridge. Eternal bridge, confirmed bridge, fancy bridge, clear bridge. What is stone bridge? Donkey goes, horse goes, said like that. Donkey cross, horse cross, crosses. Yeah. And what is log bridge? You wanted to make sure before and after and middle, each one. Right? Yeah. What is the log bridge then? Crossing one by one. Crossing one by one. Not many people, just one by one. Crossing one by one is talking about our life. I can say, on purpose. Because one by one it is coming to us. One by one it is coming to us. What is Jojo's koan is so amazing. If that is the reason, if you practice the Mu koan, Jojo's dog's nature, that is the very beginning of the koan practice. But also, it's very hard to catch out his mind. Many people say that I just got through the Jojo's dog's nature, Mu koan. So, how was it? Why did Jojo say like that? They are answering just, such as things. It's not matching. Joju, the Mu Kwan is the first Kwan and the last Kwan. The master movement, the no gate master, he put the Kwan at the first of the 48 Petrarch's Kwan in Mumon Kwan, Gateless Barrier Kwan book record. But when you finish all Kwans, now it is suggested to you, really did you get through this Kwan or not? But whenever we can handle any Kwans, if you really couldn't graduate the Mu Kwan, anyway, little bit, you can feel it is still little bit dust is remaining. Well, who knows, that little bit dust, small dust, a speck of dust, it's creating life and death karma to all beings. That's why we have been walking without any traces until now at this moment. Before we get out of this room, I hope we can confirm what is the point of today's talk. Yeah. Look at this. He was asked by a student, does a dog have Buddha nature or not? Buddha nature or not? Master replied, no. Knownness. Mu means knownness. You can say no Buddha nature also. But no. Or you can say non mushu, also okay. No. Student asked again. All beings that they can move by themselves have Buddha nature. It's like a spirituality inside there, right? Yeah. And how come you say no Buddha nature? Jojo said, because the dog has too much knowledge. So, yeah. And another day, another student asked, does a dog have Buddha nature or not? Jojo said, you means yes, it has. Student asked again. If the dog has Buddha nature, how come he covered up himself with a dog skin? Right? the truth, eternal truth, managing past, present, future, 10 directions always. How come he covered up dog skin? And the master John said, yes, because on purpose he covered up himself like that. Yes, look at this. What is a log bridge? One by one cross. Every single moment we are losing one by one. When we are holding one picture, next picture, in very sharp moment even. Yeah. Not losing consciousness. But if you really catch out the master's mind, why did he say so? Well, some, teacher says, bark. I'm sorry, that is not it. Yeah. If you say so, you are biting the bone, which one is a cow's bone, many years ago. It's not that one. Yeah. If you say, eat this animal, no, you are the animal. Jojo has